Alright, so this is me teaching a private lesson, and I'm teaching James Conroy how to play, or how to make sounds on the alto saxophone. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the alto sax out of the case.
Okay.
Okay, now before anything else happens, just take a look inside and see how the setup is, so that way you can remember how to put it all back. It's not that many pieces, so you should be fine. Alright, now the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to get your saxophone reed. Do you have your saxophone reed?
What's a saxophone reed?
A saxophone reed does not necessarily come with the instrument. However, I happen to have a spare. Oh, that is a saxophone reed.
Huh.
Yes. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take it out of its little plastic cover, and you're going to want to soak it. So basically just put it in your mouth. And is that a brand new reed?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to want to let it soak for about 5 minutes. All right?
5 minutes?
Yeah, and you're going to want to get the whole thing, so every once in a while just kind of just try to get all the way in your mouth and just try to get it nice and soaked. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to assemble the instrument, do a little bit of multitasking here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab the saxophone by the bell and take it out like so. All right, so you go ahead and give that a shot. Well done, well done. Okay, now you got your neck strap here. This is the way I like to do it because then you can have it around your neck and then you have your hands free. And you're going to hook it on to this little hook right here. Bam. Okay, now go ahead and put that around your neck. Beautiful. Okay, now you're going to grab the neck itself, which goes right in here. So go for that. Alright, this is a little protective cover just, to keep everything, safe. So you're going to want to take that out and just kind of put it back in the case. Yes, like that. It needs to be just kind of straight, because what's going to happen is you got this little button right here and you want this, which is going to push up on that. So you want that to be aligned. All right, now you're going to take your mouthpiece. All right, now, you see, now what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out how to put this. This is called the ligature right here. This metallic looking thing, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna put it on like this, so that these screws are going to the right. All right, so a lot like that, and then to get it, you can adjust it, tighten it, loosen it, the whole shebang. All right. Now it looks like you still need a couple more minutes on that reed. So now what I want you to do is I want you to take apart the instrument, put it back in the case, take it back out, just so that I know you're familiar with how this works. Alright, and remember, there's no rush, so just don't worry about being quick. We got plenty of time. Alright, that's one thing you got to be wary of, is you got to be very careful when putting this thing together. Because if something breaks, or if you're going too quickly and you grab it and it's like something's caught and it breaks, then that's not good. That's not beneficial. So we're pretty much at the 5-minute mark, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your mouthpiece. Yes, and remove while covering. Now take the ligature off. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the reed on this part of the mouthpiece. Like that, exactly. Okay, now for starting out, you want to have it like below, like right about there for when you're putting on the ligature, so that way it's if the ligature causes the reed to move, it's easily adjustable rather than if it's right there. So now go ahead and put the ligature on. Now make sure the screws are facing to the right.
From which side?
Well,
Like that?
yeah, just as long as the screws are facing the right, then that's the way it goes on.
So, the right like this, or the right like this?
The right as in to this side.
Okay.
Exactly. Now don't tighten if anything, you're going to want the ligature kind of loose for this part.
Okay.
Alright, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hold the mouthpiece at eye level and make sure the reed is pretty much in line with the top of the mouthpiece. That is a little too far high. Like, you want to be able to see just a tiny little sliver of the mouthpiece behind the reed. Like, very, very small. That looks good. That looks very good. Alright. Now go ahead and tighten the ligature. Just by tightening the screws. Alright, nice. The reed is a little too high on the mouthpiece, I think. Like, if you can see the mouthpiece, like or the reed from eye level. Alright.
Keeps sliding off.
It's all good, we got plenty of time. Alright, let me see this. Okay, now the problem you have here is that the ligature is too high on the mouthpiece. Where you want it, the reason why it keeps sliding off is because it's too high up on the mouthpiece. You want it more like down. Like down there.
Okay.
Just, if anything, a little bit lower. Alright, so now go ahead and realign the reed. Do all that.
It just keeps sliding right off as soon as I tighten the thing.
If that keeps happening, then you gotta put the ligature a little bit lower. Because as it tightens, it's kind of like squeezing itself up on the mouthpiece.
Okay, so
alright.
That's good.
That is great! That looks very good. Alright, now we're going to figure out how to make a sound on this thing.
Okay.
So, unlike the clarinet, which has, kind of like this type of embouchure,
okay,
you're going to want to have more of like the bottom lip over the teeth a little bit. Kind of like over the teeth. Yeah, kind of like that. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to, like, imagine, like, your pinky finger is the mouthpiece or the reed. Goes right there. So now do that with the mouthpiece. Your top teeth are going to rest on the top, and your bottom lip should be under. Okay, now what you're going to want to do, we'll see what happens. Just go ahead and give her a blow. See what happens. Alright, so try to don't have the mouthpiece so upwards like this. Try to keep it, like, if anything, down just a little bit. Oh, you got something. There you go. That's kind of the sound you're going for. It's supposed to kind of sound like a baby duck.
Quack. So how far of this mouthpiece should be in my mouth?
It should. If you have too much, you're going to squeak a lot, but if you have too little, you're not going to get a sound. You kind of want to find the medium point, which is right about there. Kind of like, not exactly halfway, but that's probably a little too much you got right there. Try a little less. There you go.
Alright.
Alright, now go ahead and put your instrument together. Yeah, the mouthpiece just goes on the cork like that. You gotta twist it on. Exactly. Make sure you're not moving the reed around, though, because there is a chance that could happen. Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
And voila! There it is. Okay, that's great. You know, to hold, you gotta hold the saxophone at your side, just kind of like.
It's a shear.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, if.
So. Okay.
Okay. Now, if the saxophone, if the reed's coming in too low and you find yourself having to hold it up, you gotta tighten the neck strap.
So, just.
Yeah, that's.
I think that's good.
Okay. Now what you're going to want to do is if you have the saxophone like this, the reed is coming in at an angle, so you got to adjust your mouthpiece to where it's coming straight at you rather than at an angle. Exactly. All right. Now remember that embouchure we were talking about.
Yeah.
Kind of like the. Now we're going to try to make a note. Hold.
Oops. The
Whoop.
ligature came off.
Oh man.
Again.
Goodness gracious. Come on, James. Thought you were better than this.
I'm not. No, shoot. Now the reed's all messed up.
Man. See, now we're running out of time. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fine. It's just this ligature. It's not.
Let's try getting it a little bit lower. So we're going to loosen it.
Okay. So just like loosen it all the way.
Yeah, just kind of get it lower on the mouthpiece.
Alright.
Alright, now how's your reed?
Reed's good.
Alright, good. Now tighten her up. Oh my gosh, James. No, you're fine.
Believe me, this is like rocket science right now.
It is rocket science, except there's no rockets. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, now that you've got your whole setup, let's talk about hand position. What you're going to do. First finger is going to go here. Middle finger is going to go there. That finger's going to go there. And your pinky is going to operate all those. But we're not going to worry about those fingers yet. And for your left hand, 1, 2, 3. Pinky will operate those. Okay. Exactly. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hold down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this note makes a D or a concert F.
What do I do with my thumb?
Your thumb? Your thumb goes there, and it goes on what would be a pearl key. Now this is the octave key. So basically, if you're playing a note and you have to jump up an octave, you'd press that button. Or if you have to play in the altissimo register or in a higher register, you would use that and the notes would be higher.
I see.
Okay. So you've got all three, you got all your fingers down, except for your pinkies. Exactly. All right. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your embouchure. One that you remember. Find that sweet spot on the mouthpiece, and we're gonna try to make a D. It was almost there. I heard it a little bit. There it is. You did it. You made. That's what we're looking for. All right, maybe what size reed do you have? Is it a?
I do not know.
All right. Well, the reed that I used when I was learning this was a 2.5, which is a really soft reed, but it worked for me. But I don't know how yours is probably a 2.5 too. But who knows? It may not be wet enough. We may not have given it enough time to soak. But we're not going to worry about that right now because you can make sounds, and that's what we're getting at. So now we're going to use the octave key, which is right there. And basically, what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of roll your thumb onto it, exactly, just like that. So now play without the thumb key, without the octave key. Just play that D. And then, while sustaining, press the octave key. Very good. See, it just kind of changes octaves. It's a tricky instrument. I'm not sure how it works, but all right, very good. So now we've got you making sounds, and we've got you pressing all these keys, and yeah, sounding good, looking good. And I think that just about does it for this lesson. I think we completed our objective. Now we're going to put the instrument away. So go ahead and take off the mouthpiece. Bam. Just like that, yes. Where the mouthpiece goes. Exactly. Putting your reed away. All right, now before you close it up, after we finish playing an instrument, we need to swab it out, which is very important because if you don't swab out your instrument, then the pads and the cork, it will get messed up. So go ahead and take your saxophone out. Yes, by the bell. And now we're going to take this little doohickey right here, which is a washcloth. Now you're going to put the heavy end in the bell. Not the cloth first, the heavy end first. Yes. Okay, now you're going to shake it around, flip it around, and try to get it to come out the other end. Yes. Booyah! I'll just pull her through. There you go. Okay, now that that's done, go ahead and put your saxophone away. Now take out the neck. And now this is too big, but you have a smaller, well at least it looks smaller. You have a smaller thing for the neck. Now I don't think you have a rod to pull this through, but if you had like a rod or something, like with cleaning a flute, you would use it and then you would just pull it through, because if anything, this is the most important part to clean. So I would talk to Rob or whoever up in 410 and ask about that. And yeah, that's the as basic as it gets for saxophone. Good job.